Let's see if we have some people talking in here. Refresh. We should be live.
Where do we see the questions at?
Okay, let me mute this. All right, cool. If you scroll, like I do it half and half, and you scroll down, and it says chat, say something, questions, which we have nobody in here. It might take a minute for people to join.
Let's see. Still don't see the question part.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on Lucky Tackle Box and tell them to join too.
What is Lucky Tackle Box? They just send you random lures?
If you want, I can switch and get a box, an inshore box, if you want to try it out. They're yeah, you get a monthly. It's a monthly subscription, like 15 to 25, depending on what box you get. They have inshore, they have muskie, they have fly fishing, they have bass, they have XL bass. I use the inshore. I still got some lures from the inshore. I got like a 6-inch mullet swim bait. It's pretty cool. I call it bass and fish off of it.
Nice. I want to post this. See how I'm trying to get my screen. This dude. Doing a live chat with Matt Rhodes Fishing.
What's
right here. Check him out. Come join the chat session. Doing a live chat with Matt Rhodes Fishing. Right here. Check him out. Join the chat. Doing a live chat with Matt. That one sucks, but it's going up anyways.
Trying to push some people your way.
I figured we'd have a little different audience. That's good because you get crossover.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder about that. Go turn this TV off. My wife's not even watching it. But hold on. Oh, what? No invite? Actually, we'll get Jay in here. You want to get one more person in here?
Yeah.
Coming at you, Jay. Sending you an email right now. Another saltwater guy from South Carolina. Email sent. Forgot about him. I asked Dane. You know Dane Creech?
Sounds familiar.
I asked him to join us, so he might join in. Might start asking you questions if we got 4 viewers.
What's up, viewers? Are they out there? I don't see the questions.
Yeah, they haven't posted on the chat.
I think I'm in the wrong spot. Like, I don't see.
You see the live chat? That link I sent you?
Well, I'm on the part that. You know how to do this?
It's either going to be on the right side if you have it full screen, or it's going to be, if you shrink it to the side like I do on the side of the screen, it's going to be below
it. Okay, I got it. I'm up and running now. I'm dangerous.
So what's your woman cooking tonight?
We got wings and sweet potato fries.
I have to come to your guys' house and eat. We ran out of time and ended up getting like Chinese food like we had tonight.
Yeah, I'm on this like health kick where I'm trying to like, get in good shape, and so she makes me eat like, caveman diet type stuff, paleo. like the stuff you can't pronounce that you got to eat, that kind of stuff.
I've been getting a lot of random followers with the same last name as me, like Griffin Rhodes. What's up, Griffin?
Is he in here?
Yeah, he's in the chat. He just type something.
Screen share. I don't see the part where it says who's in here. It just says chat group.
It says chat group.
Well, I just got the the part where the questions are, screen share, showcase, Q&A, and then a control room thing.
Oh, you're still on Google Hangout. No, this is going to be on YouTube. The chat is on YouTube.
Okay, so I don't see where that is. See video, playlist, channels, discussion.
Are you on the like? It's going to be under videos probably. I sent you a link in Facebook Messenger to the video that we're live right now on. And you'll get an echo when it pops up.
I see it. And you just pause it.
I just mute it.
Mute it. There I am.
And now you see the chat. We got like one question.
Oh, there it is.
All right, this is everybody. It's in here viewing. This is YAKMOTLEY's first live chat. Hopefully, we do more.
Oh yeah, it's my very first popping the cherry.
And if you guys got any, I'll answer freshwater questions. But if you guys got any saltwater questions for him, he's a saltwater guru.
That's what I like to pride myself as, a guru.
He has his own dojo, Guru Dojo. That's a new shirt right there.
Oh yeah. You got the KastKing shirt on over there?
Representing.
Keeps fishing fun.
That's because it's affordable. That's how it keeps it fun. Spending a whole bunch of money and losing your reel.
Pretty much. Hey, I've lost like 2 reels lately.
My wife dropped hers, and good thing braid floats because I got it back.
Oh, that's a good idea. Mine was like all the way reeled in when it went over the side. So I went and got every person on the beach, every scuba diver on the snorkel reef to go out there and try to find it, and they never found it. So
my wife just heard me. She said, I didn't throw it in. There's a spider in there. I guess she got scared of the spider and kicked my reel in the water.
That's something Samantha would do. She's giving me the dirty look.
Actually, I might have a video somewhere of me having to get that out of the water.
Yeah, it's on one of my vlogs where it went over. I was like, oh no.
I hate that. Well, you should see my very first paddleboard fishing vlog where I tried it. It was really choppy in the surf, and I couldn't even get past the first wave because I kept rolling. I've never been on this paddleboard in my life. I kept rolling over, and that reel was like toast from the salt water.
Yeah, I just take them and like put them in a bucket of water or underneath the sink and just hope for the best. We were surf fishing the other day, and the waves were just crashing over our heads, and we were trying to throw over the waves, and they were just getting drenched. And I was like, I hope these things work after this, you know?
Yeah, I was always wondering, you know, the big part cleaner buckets, if that stuff would work, if you just threw your reel in there and let it run overnight, the part cleaner.
I would think the part cleaner would eat up the drag washers.
Yeah, it might.
I mean, most of those reels are sealed. As long as you rinse them off pretty decently, they'll work. But you know, it's part of the game. You know, it's part of the game. That's why I don't buy expensive stuff. I get my stuff from yard sales. I get my stuff from flea markets, eBay, and you know, wherever else I can get them cheap because they're going to get destroyed. If you're fishing every day, you're either going to wear them out, break them, or just lose them, you know, or get them stolen.
Every time I go to a yard sale around here, they only sell their vintage rod and reels. So I have like a nice old school, like probably from the 40s in my garage.
Wow. I got an old Roddy reel that I used to forever. You know, or get them stolen.
I go to a yard sale around here. They only sell the vintage rod and reels. Hey Jay, you're echoing. You gotta mute YouTube or something.
Yeah, let me. I got an old Roddy reel. That's freaking me out. I can't think.
It's like that app where it talks right after you talk and you can't keep doing it.
The echo on the phone when you're talking with somebody, you know.
Yeah, it's awful when it happens.
I don't know if you've seen Jay's videos on YouTube. He catches some giant reds and stuff in South Carolina.
What's the link?
I'll send it to you. Actually, I might put it in the description.
I got to figure out how to do the laptop on this instead of using my phone and the laptop at the same time.
I'm going to put both your guys' YouTube links in the description. If you guys want to talk about older stuff.
Yeah, we gotta steal your show. You know.
It's your guys' show. I'm just here to host it. A lot of people don't get the live chat hangout yet.
Yeah, I'm slowly adapting to the idea of live. Like it's like, you know, you got to sit there at a certain time instead of, you know, I don't know.
All the viewers are here. You guys need to go check out YAKMOTLEY's YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description right now. And he's a funny guy. He vlogs every day.
Yeah, I try to keep on the grind every day.
Sometimes it's not about fishing, but it's still entertaining to watch. Like I think I was just watching one before we did the show where that guy was riding your tail. That you said his hood was underneath your kayak.
Yeah, the dude was right on my bumper, and like it's like seriously, bro. And they do it all the time. I'm freaked out. They're gonna hit my kayak sooner or later.
I was like, "Welcome to Pensacola."
Pretty much. You know, I try to keep them fun. Try to make at least something entertaining every day for people to watch, and you know, it gives me something to do while I'm out and about, and you know, I enjoy, you know, the whole process. So, you know, a lot of people just try to say if you don't catch a fish, you can't post nothing. Well, that's no fun. I mean, you don't get to catch a fish every time, and then you wouldn't be able to post anything. So, I try to just create as much interesting content because, you know, I'm doing a lot of other stuff that I think is fun, and you know, just put it up. So, that's Casey. What's that?
I said I'm the same way. If I'm out fishing and fishing's not good, just got to make some videos, do some, you know, how-tos, and show your different products you're using.
Yeah. A lot of people just want to see where you're at and what you're doing. They don't necessarily have to see a fish, and I realize that. And it's, you know, they get to know you for being you and what you're doing, and they want to keep up with you. And you know, I just like making videos, so I just figure I'm gonna stick them up here, and if they like them, they like them. They don't, oh well.
That's how I am.
That's the way to do it. Just go out, have a good time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like, you know, the filming the sunsets and the sunrises and telling a story, and so.
And other fishermen know that when that's happening, that means you aren't catching any fish.
Yeah, well, you know, it happens. I like to think that I've got enough videos on the internet of me catching monsters that I can get away with a couple of days of not catching fish. So.
You do. If you guys want to see fish catches, all you gotta do is watch your intro for a few seconds because there's always something on there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that tides them over, you know. So.
I ended up doing a video the other week that I was just fishing for brim, and I think I caught probably 3 brim the whole day, but the video was still 27 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I was just out exploring, you know, just having a good day out on the water.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go. All your subscribers want to go with you, you know, and They just want to see the sights and enjoy it, and the true subscribers, not the ones that are like, there and gone for 30 seconds, but the real people that want to keep up with you, I think will follow you just about anywhere. So
hopefully that's me one day. I think people just watch me to catch fish.
Yeah.
You got all the ponds too you can fish though. That makes it nice having all those ponds around you that don't get fished a whole lot.
You should do an episode of like the golf cart security, like chasing you down, the golf course or something.
The funny thing is they don't kick me out.
Well, that's so fun. Nobody calls the cops, nothing. It's like, that episode in Duck Dynasty when they get caught catching the frogs in the pond by the security guard? Like, you should do an episode like that.
What we need to do is just go out and pay for golfing like we're going to golf and just go around and fish the holes and see if they come kick us out.
Yeah.
Even though I just walk the golf course anyways, and sometimes they'll come up to me and they're like, "You're going to get hit," but they don't ever tell me to leave.
Yeah.
But that's where I fish at Resort. If I go to Regatta Bay, you'll get kicked out in like 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, and there's giants in there too, and alligators.
Yeah, I figure they get all that fertilizer nutrients in the water from the golf course, and I guess that makes them super giants.
They're just extra thick. You'll catch a 2-pound bass, and they'll have a thick lip like a 6-pound bass. It's ridiculous.
They got a third eye or anything?
No.
They're not like crazy from the fertilizer?
I don't think so. Everyone else says, "You keep them?" I'm like, why would you keep them?
Yeah, I don't keep too many fish.
Unless you're going to eat them. Don't keep them unless you're going to eat them.
There's a lot of people always asking me about keeping fish, and I'm like, I don't keep anything I catch. I'm like, I'll catch the same fish year after year in some places in the river.
I really wanted to get, because I fished the golf course so much, I want to invest in one of those tagging systems and start tagging all the fish so I can see where they move.
And see if you catch them again.
Yeah.
Well, I think because we fish so much that if we literally kept the fish we caught, we'd be harvesting so many fish. It's like, I'd rather put them back because I do this all the time. I don't really need that many fish. So after a while, it would stack up. I mean, like you look at like most of these estuaries, even like out there at the pass and stuff, you got, let's say, 50 charter boat captains working an area, and they take two sets of people out a day, and they each limit out over the course of 50 people, over the course of a week, over the course of a month. They're harvesting a lot of fish, So it can really take a toll fast.
That's the only time I keep fish. If I go on a charter and go deep sea fishing, I'll only keep them in. But you know what's funny is I don't even eat seafood.
No? That's a sin. I love seafood.
I don't eat it at all. I think it's because I grew up around it my whole life and it just, I don't know, overrated.
I love oysters though.
Oh, it's like drinking a loogie.
I love the loogies though. Put some hot sauce on it. Right down it goes.
I think didn't you have that in one of your vlogs where I think it was you and your mom or something was out and you guys were eating the oysters?
Yeah, me and Samantha did it like a couple vlogs ago, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's not a mountain in it with an R in it." I was like, "Well, I got a stomach like a goat. I'm not worried about it."
You should tell Samantha she's a good sidekick. She keeps it entertaining.
He said you keep it entertaining. Yeah.
It's like her
I think
garden.
it doesn't help that her boobs are sticking out 90% of the time too. So.
I don't watch it for that, but maybe half your viewers might. I watch it for the fishing and the funny stuff.
Yeah.
Like the other day when you guys got in that hammock, I was waiting for her to flip over and fall out of it.
Yeah. Keeping it entertaining. I really try to just about in everybody's day, there's that one thing that is was entertaining of the day, and you just got to capture that one thing, And,
every time I do, I look at my GoPro and it's turned off. Like the day that shark was chasing me, I had time to turn my GoPro and turn it on, but I was trying to bait my hook so I can throw it out there and try to catch him, and I never got him. When he got to my paddleboard, he just went down, and that was it.
The probably the best fish I caught all last year was he's like 8 or 9 pound bull shark last year. I fought him for 2 hours in the middle of the night under the 3 Mile Bridge. Fought him to a standstill. I finally got this thing up, and my GoPro was running, and I was like, I'm getting all this awesome footage. And then when I got it home, it was all dark, and you couldn't even see the fish, and it was just like this little light blurb going around, and I was like, I just fought this fish for 2 hours, and nothing, so.
That's when I keep telling. I think viewers are thinking it's more entertaining, but I keep telling them I forget my paddle. I keep adding all this stuff now, and they think it's entertaining, and I'm actually tired of me forgetting all this stuff. Trying to hit record.
That's part of the story, It's just capture the stuff that didn't go right. For me, I don't like watching a lot of fishing shows now because it's not realistic. They're just so square-bodied at being professional and never cracking a smile and like really when you're breaking rods and you're flipping your kayak and you're forgetting the bait and you're that's what I think's entertaining. So
Bill Dance all the way.
Yeah, I wish I could have got to meet Bill Dance. I should have gone to ICAST.
He comes to Destin all the time.
Does he?
I just miss him all the time. Every ICAST, I keep missing him. I seen him for like a second this past ICAST, but I couldn't get to him. But me and Jessica always starts a hashtag and start taking pictures of stuff and just put hashtag Where's Bill Dance to see if anyone responds.
That's funny. I think there's somebody on my friends list that's related to him because they're always posting pictures with like Grandpa Dance. It's like.
I believe it.
There's no telling because this Facebook world's so small, So.
There's a lot of cool,
no
cool
questions
people.
Yet?
Dude, I haven't seen nothing. I don't even see. We got 5 people watching now.
5 people. Where you at, people?
Is my
Ask
wife
some
watching?
Questions.
It's probably just.
Nancy, get on the YouTube and ask us some questions.
Get on under my code name.
Yeah.
Like
Code
George
Foreman.
Foreman.
Hot Wing Girl, 95. I don't know.
Garden Girl.
Yeah, I can't wait till October rolls around for the big reds to start rolling through the surf in South Carolina.
Oh, end of this month, I'll be in a tournament in Louisiana. I wish the YAKMOTLEY would have came there because we're just going to hang out and throw cut bait out and wait.
Just crush the reds. I think Brandon Barton and Matt Vaughn are down there in Louisiana crushing them right now.
Yeah, there's another tournament right now going on.
Yeah, I can't wait until they start rolling in. It's a lot of fun, but by the January, February, you done wore them out, and you're like, I'm ready for the collegiates to come back in.
I usually catch them by my house right now, the big bull reds, the 40-pounders.
Yeah, there's some that just live around here. What is it?
Yeah, I want to go out into the big water this year a little bit, like right off the surf, and try to get on some bull reds in the kayak. I caught a few on here.
I don't have a fishing buddy. It's usually just me. So that's why I'm trying to collaborate with YAKMOTLEY sometimes and get out there. No, my luck, I'd fallen and drowned.
He'd be out there on that little paddleboard in the night.
Anytime you go offshore, you definitely want to have somebody with you. That's for sure.
Yeah.
YAKMOTLEY's got 30 miles out.
Yeah, Ty's always going out there with me. But it's like I think we got a question. Hold on. Is that a question?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. I accidentally hit the...
We don't live down in Tampa. There's no mangroves up here. Do you guys do a lot of mangrove fishing?
Yeah, I've never even seen a mangrove.
I think I seen one that kind of looked like it, and when I went over there, I scared something from underneath it. I don't think it was a redfish, though.
Yeah. I've seen them on Zofinger's videos.
Yeah.
Ty said that the fishing down there was unreal. He said they got into some stuff.
I believe it. That Tampa Bay, that whole Bay area is unreal.
I tell you, there is like no more awesome fish on the planet than, well, probably a couple, but than the tarpon. Catching a tarpon in a kayak on light tackle, that is what dreams are made of.
We need to go out. I got 2 paddle boards. Let's go out and try to catch one on the paddle board.
Hey, this old man dared me that the other day, and I was like, don't dare me because I will try it.
Let's
It will happen. I'll be out there getting drug all over the beach.
Well, what you do, I need to invest in some, is you throw those drag tents behind you.
Yeah, one of those little like sea anchors or what do they call them? Yeah.
I don't know. I call them drag tents, but I don't know what they're called.
It's like a parachute.
Yeah, it's like a little parachute underwater.
Yeah, I don't know if I would, because like once you get on top of a tarpon and like you can like almost touch his tail and he's just pulling you, like when they want to go left or right, you know, like you wouldn't be able to turn with one of those things attached to your kayak, you know, and I think it might be pretty tough to really fight a big fish with. You know how like a bull red will get up to the kayak and go the opposite way and then go the opposite way and you got to turn with him, you know? I don't know. It'd be hard to stay north-south with him.
Hey, we got a local here from Fort Walton. Just asked a question. I think is a question. I have a 12-foot wilderness system tarpon 120 kayak. Would that work for offshore kayak fishing, maybe at least on a calm day?
Yeah, sure. I think that would definitely work. I mean, you're gonna. I don't know if you want me to answer the question or if y'all want to answer the question.
Just get up with me and we'll go find out.
Yeah, just roll out there with it on a calm day, and you're gonna like. The more you go, the more you're gonna figure out, is this a kayak that works really well. What you're gonna see is if you start getting some side chop or some direct wind or a crosswind, that thing's gonna start wanting to kind of wag with it. But a tarpon's a good boat, and it should definitely handle it, you know. But if you put a rudder on it, you don't get that wag back and forth paddling against the wind.
But like we said earlier, always take a buddy out with you too, because there's way too many people drowning and go out by themselves.
Yeah, especially
in radio.
Yeah.
Two-way radio.
I keep a VHF radio on my kayak just in the off position, just in case, and you know, it's just good to have there.
I've never really been offshore on my paddleboard, so I don't own any of that stuff.
Yeah, I always take I've got my cell phone waterproof somewhere, and then I've got my VHF radio, and I usually always try to go with somebody, but I've been known to go every once in a while by myself, but stay right out, you know, just inside the break, you know, and I feel like I got enough experience that, you know, I'll be all right.
One thing I haven't noticed, paddleboard people, they always wear like a leash ring. So if you do flip or fall off or whatever, you can just pull the board back to you. Why doesn't kayak people just throw a leash ring on real quick? When you fall over, you can just pull your kayak back to you.
I do. If I'm in fast-moving water, I will leash myself to my kayak. And it's kind of the old airborne rule. If it's not attached to you, you're going to lose it. You know, when you jump out of an airplane, well, if it's fast current, especially at night or whatever, and I've got a kind of like a bungee type system attached to my Outback that clips to my life vest, to where if I did go over, I'd be able to catch my kayak, because you will not catch that thing in fast current, especially on an outgoing tide, like under the 3 Mile Bridge, and you come off that, he gone. You ain't getting that kayak back. So you're going to be swimming the mile back to the shoreline. So, you know, that's something I like to keep in. But when you do come through the break, don't attach yourself to the kayak, because that thing will hit you upside the head, because it's heavier than a surfboard, you know. So, you know, I like to attach myself. We actually had this argument on Facebook the other day. I don't know if you saw it. I was like, you know, big wave surfers, you know, nobody cares if they've got a life vest. You know, big wave paddle boarders, nobody cares if they got a life vest. But one dude gets caught on camera without a life vest in a kayak, and he's done. All right, and you know, a lot of people would always say that you're attached to your surfboard or your paddleboard, but I attach myself to my kayak.
But it's still law that a lot of paddleboard people don't know. It's still law to have some kind of PFD on your vessel.
Yeah, and it's a good thing.
You know, nobody or everybody wants to not wear their life jacket, but you know, if you fall out, hit your head, it isn't going to do you much good sitting behind your seat.
Well, getting tangled up is another thing too. I mean, you could fall out and get caught in 50-pound braid, and you're not going to pop that. You know, you're not strong enough to pop 50-pound braid doubled over you twice. You know, and you're just going to be tangled up unless you got a knife. And if you're tangled up where you can't swim well, you're done. So, you know, it's like I made a couple of videos on kayak safety, and you know, it was. You know, you got a couple of minutes to decide how you're going to save your life when you hit the water. You know, and if you don't have a vest on and you're not a strong swimmer, well, you know, you got 2 minutes. You know, make up your mind how you're going to save yourself. You know, and I think a lot of people don't think about it. And I think the kayak sport, unlike the surfing sport, is a conglomeration of people now, to where some aren't strong swimmers and some are, but everybody wearing a vest is like a blanket safety for everybody. You know, that. You know, until you're really experienced, just wear the doggone vest. You know. So,
yeah, I mean,
my wife hates it when I make her wear hers, and she hates it.
I make Samantha wear hers too. So.
Me, I don't wear mine. I just wear my leash ring.
But you're leashed, you know.
Yeah.
Last year, you know, one reason I had a couple of things happen to me last year. The reason why I kind of blanket statemented it, because I was fighting a tarpon, and you know, if you've ever fought a tarpon, the first 30 seconds is complete pandemonium. You know, he's jumping out of the water. He's 150 pounds. He's flying all over the place. Well, the second jump, well, the first jump was from behind my kayak, and he landed beside me. The second jump was where he went like towards my bow, and the slack in the line got wrapped around the rod tips. Like, got wrapped around the rod tip, and it went down the side where my hand was, right across right here. And when he went taut with the line, it sawed the rod almost in half, like straight through the handle, straight through everything. And if that would have been my hand, and I went with him, and I didn't have a vest on, I'd be like going to the Davy Jones locker, you know. And then another time I got a catfish barb stuck through my hand, and so like the catfish was stuck through my hand, and the top barb was in my leg, and I was stuck like this. And if it wasn't for my buddy being there to come and cut the fins off, I would have been stuck, you know, like he was stuck in my leg. And, you know, they got those barbs in them. So, you know, if you were having to swim with this thing, you would be done. So, you know, there's always these little things that, you know, that life vest is just that safety net, you know. So...
Yeah, I try to wear mine if I go out deep in the bay or the ocean, because I don't know what I'm going to catch out there. When I'm bass fishing, I kind of know what I'm going to catch when I'm bass fishing.
Yeah, and you're usually in a pond that's probably not super deep, super high. So.
Well, and it's nice too with the new life jackets to have all the pockets and all the compartments. You know, you can put your pliers, your knife, your tools. Yeah. All right there in your life jacket, and everything's right there. It's handy to get to. Mm-hmm. That's the reason I wear mine all the time, because everything I need is right there with reach.
Yeah.
We got a pier question. It says, have any of us fished the pier? I fished the full on the Okaloosa Island pier, and if you don't get down there early enough at the end of it, man, all those people there every day are just crowding all the way to the end of the pier, and you get stuck with bait fish. All I catch is black tips or black hardtails all the time. The pier, that's it.
Yeah, I don't do the piers much. I'm just kind of like, I'm like the frugal guy, and I refuse to pay like $8 to go on that pier, you know, and it's like, I'll just take my kayak out. So, not to mention there's so many people on those things, like you were saying. It's like that scene in 300, you know, when they shoot all the arrows in the air and it blackens out the sun, you know. let one cobia go by that pier, and like the cobia jigs like block out the sun as they go out. You know, it's insane.
So what's funny is I was fishing one time. Me and my wife got there early, and I caught a little cobia, and everyone had their cobia jigs, just like you're saying. And they tried to run over, and then they see me already fishing that spot, and they got mad. It was funny.
Yeah.
I called them, and I wasn't even using a cobia jig.
There was a doggone dude. He was parked off the Pensacola Pier out there, and those dudes threw a cobia jig right at his boat and went right through the front windshield, right? Well, it happened to be a state law enforcement officer. Pulled up there and went up there and arrested the dude. And I was like, that's what you get, you know? Quit throwing cobia jigs at people. This is fishing, people. Why is everybody being so crazy, you know?
I don't know. Fishing is a love-hate community. Like, all the people at the pier hate boats that come to the right at the pier and fish it. So that's why they did it. They threw it because they hate the boats that do that.
Mm-hmm. It's raining here. It's raining hard.
It just started raining here, too.
Well, I was probably not even. I don't hear any rain here. It's destined. It never rains here.
Can you check my windows? Make sure they're. I think they're up.
Raining by the morning. I think it's die out.
You got any more questions? I was on a roll. Keep feeding me some questions, people. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Come on, yeah, fish in Florida. You got a lot of good questions. You're full on.
Tried the jetties in Destin. Let me tell you about those jetties in Destin. They've got my GoPro, my flip-flops, and my T-shirt. I almost died in the Destin Pass.
I always fall in between rocks. Every time I want to go out there, it's like the worst conditions.
Yeah, I was out there drinking way too many beers in a kayak that I shouldn't have been in. And somebody like 100 years from now is going to find my GoPro. And all the footage from the entire weekend.
That's probably already found. I see people snorkeling that all the time.
Yeah. You know, GoPro really needs to have the first section saved on the GoPro of your name, phone number, address, and everything. Because, you know, so many of them get lost and found.
I'm switching to Wascam because their new camera's coming out with some cool features for Bluetooth, and you'll be able to connect to it and find it from your phone, pretty much.
That'd be pretty cool. Like a lost, the iPhone lost app, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cool.
Well, and another cool feature of the Wascam, too, is it's got the lights on the front, so you can use it at night.
Oh, I'm getting one. I'll have to show YAKMOTLEY. I'm getting one soon.
Ty has this rig up that, and one of my other buddies have one now too. It's like you can get them at Walmart, and they're lights that fold. They fold out, and it's like a big like LED light. Yeah, and you just like put it on the person while you're filming at night, and it just casts this humongous light. Because bull red fishing at night is the hardest part to film ever because it's a two-person process. It really is. You can't really do it yourself. And then if you're trying to take a picture of a person that's got that light, well, it messes up the camera, you know, the autofocus and everything. And I had the hardest time last year. So.
Yeah. Wascam also makes a light bracket that you hold like a gun, and the light goes above the camera. So it's pretty cool too, and it runs off a separate battery.
I tell you, that session is probably like the coolest little camera that I've used yet. The night quality is not superb. It's better than the 3 Plus Black, but the audio is amazing, and I'm able to get quality audio from a camera that's also waterproof, and it's this big, and I got it for $150. I mean, you can't beat that camera.
And they had a crazy deal that I think Walmart messed up, and a lot of people bought a whole bunch of them. Like right after you bought one, Walmart screwed up, and I think they're like $90 or something.
What, the session?
Yeah, for like a day.
Wow, I'd have bought like 3.
We were about to drive to Pensacola just to buy one.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, the session with it having an internal battery, it's a countdown until it goes bad. I mean, eventually the battery is not going to be worth anything. You got to throw the camera away. But I'd rather lose a session than I would like a Hero 4 Black or something, you know. So
A
it's
lot
like
of people
when,
use the session as the audio because a GoPro is in the waterproof case.
yeah, be like Brandon Barton and lose his fancy, what's those TL, the big fancy cameras,
Yeah, the DLRs.
the DLSRs. He lost
Yeah,
it or got his wet in the tournament not too long ago. It was done. So
I've been doing what you do and use my phone and my GoPro. That's it.
yeah, it's like honestly, you can get away with it. B-roll with your GoPro behind you, and then audio with the iPhone while you guys need something to say, you know. So I like being able to see myself, so I always use this side, you know, and I
That's
can
how I
Casey
do it.
Neistat it, you know. You watch Casey
Yeah.
Neistat? He's probably one of the best awesome bloggers ever. But and this side's 4K, you know. Got the same phone. That's what's up. But this side's like, we'll do 4K. I was like super excited about that, and I was looking at the film quality versus the GoPro versus this side. This side's like, you can't beat this side camera. You know, it was it 4K 30 or 1080 120, something like that. And iPhone's an amazing little gadget. There's like no excuse for somebody to say that they can't have a YouTube channel because they don't have a camera. If you've got a phone, you can do it. You can do it.
Here's another question. It says, ever any close encounters with predators in your kayak / paddleboard? What kind of predators? Like, here, kids, I got some candy. I got some candy in my kayak. Come over here, guys.
I've got teeth marks on the back of mine from a little shark.
I thought I was gonna have something today. Oh my goodness, that thing was so close.
But other than that, I haven't had any problems with sharks. I've encountered some big ones, and they see you and they go the other way 99% of the time, unless they've got some reason to stick around.
Alligators don't really attack people that often. I mean, of course, Orlando is the exception with a kid,
Yeah.
but when you're on a paddleboard and you spook one, they usually go the other direction. They don't. It's just like snakes. They're not gonna attack you unless you get right on top of them.
Lizards? No. Only time I've ever messed with a lizard, we were in Honduras, and he stole one of our beers, and we chased him down the beach, and he almost messed us up. Those.
YAKMOTLEY just froze a little bit. That's a good question. As soon as we get YAKMOTLEY back, we'll all answer that. We can go ahead and answer it though if you want, John. It says, well, he's from Full Walton, but it says, where are some good spots in the area to fish for bull reds? The biggest red is upper slot, but never caught a bull. Also, what kind of setup do I need? Bull reds are really good in the bay over here, Choctowhatchee Bay, in the late summer fall time. They come moving into the bay areas. And I use like a 1/2 ounce Carolina rig setup pretty much with a live bait or cut bait at the end of it. But you can use anything. You can use a lipless crankbait's pretty good if you want to use lures and stuff. What setup do you use, John?
I mainly like cut mullet. You know, I'll use a big 12-inch mullet and just cut his head off and hook him on a big 5/0 circle hook and just throw him out there and let him kind of drift around. Usually on fishing off the piers anyway, that's what I'll do. Try to get it out there on the little shallow spots when they're running along the shoreline.
Alligators get me all the way here. I ain't afraid of no alligator.
I've never had any problem with alligators. I mean, they've They're always out there, you know, in the marshes, but they don't ever bother you. They'll always go the other way.
They a lot of times in the daytime, it's nighttime. When you nighttime fish is when you got to worry about them. The daytime, they're just out sunning, not really caring.
Yeah, unless you get around one of their nests with their youngins in it, then they can be pretty feisty.
He's trying to connect back. It's lightning over where he's at, so he got disconnecting.
Yeah, it's funny how the storms will affect you like that.
I use shrimp fish works great. What time is it? We'll probably do this for about 10 more minutes if he gets back on. Any other questions? Saltwater questions? I wish he was still in here. You guys go check out YAKMOTLEY YouTube. It's YAKMOTLEY or YouTube YAKMOTLEY. And I got the link in the description. And check out Jay's channel too. He catches some nice bull reds up in South Carolina, and I got the link in the description there. But they do a lot of saltwater. I'm learning. I'm up there. I mean, I've catch a whole bunch off some docks and stuff, but I'm waiting to catch one off my paddleboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get one of the big bull reds this year offshore, just a little bit, maybe go about a mile offshore to try to find them. October they'll start running through.
It seems like every time I go out to the deep part where I'm trying to catch them in the channels, I end up always finding a freaking cell cat hole or something, and I can't get away from them.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of your videos with those silly sail cats.
It's
I've
like
never caught one.
they're more fun to catch than like the channel cats, but they're still annoying. They're just, I don't know. It's because it's not what you're fishing for. Like today, I caught a ton of channel cats. It's not what I'm fishing for. And we finally caught some trout and got on some trout, and we seen a whole bunch of redfish, but they're really spooky today.
How big do those channel or those sail cats get? Do they get very big, or are they all really small?
I've caught the biggest I've caught is 8 pounds, so they get pretty big. It pulled like a freaking 20-pound redfish, the 8-pound cellcat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to catching the 20 and the 30-pound blue cats out of the river, so I was just wondering if they got that big. That would be insane.
Spartacus. I would Spartacus is fine. I think the new Spartacus they just count upped it. It's 20-pound drag. That's perfectly fine. Or the stealth saltwater approved. Go check out, and it's only 16.5-pound drag, but I was using it all day today, and it did fine.
I'll be putting my stealth to work tomorrow. I've had it for about 3 months now, and I've just finally put line on it.
I did a video for Tom the other day, and I ended up catching a freaking huge soft shell turtle. Snagged it. So I was like, all right, this one's going up on the video.
Yep, I seen that. That was pretty insane.
The fight was long. I had to cut a lot of it out. Like, no one wants to
Yeah,
watch this whole thing.
I know. I've caught some big snapping turtles, and those I get them up to the boat and I just cut them off, let them go. Snapping turtles are no joke.
Well, I don't, snapper turtles will follow my bait, but I don't ever have an issue with them. What's really funny is one time I threw a bass back, like a little bitty, like 6-inch bass, and as soon as it hit the water to swim off, a snapper turtle grabbed its tail and just swam off with it. I was like, what in the world?
That's what the snappers eat. They like to eat little bass and little brim and little ducks if they can get a hold of one.
That's why I like using my Doomsday turtle, because it's like they get revenge on the turtle.
Right. I got to get some of that Doomsday Tackle. I don't have anything of theirs yet.
What's a red-eared slider?
Sounds like a turtle.
I think
Is
that's
it
what he's
like a
talking
box?
about. Yeah, he said they're the worst. I used to have a pet, alligator snapping turtle. He was cool. He'd eat out your hand and everything.
Hmm. I don't mess with no snapping turtles.
Well, Jack, I don't think he's coming back.
Probably lost power altogether.
Probably.
I did get a attacked in the mail today.
I emailed her and I'm waiting for a response so I can get me the new one.
One of the new 4Ks.
Oh yeah. Only calls it when it gets upgradable to the Bluetooth. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. The only thing I noticed is the I don't think the 4K comes with the lights on the front though. Is what I was looking at the picture. I don't think it's got the lights on it.
I think the one they had at ICAST had lights on it.
No, I think that's the 9905 or the 9906. The TAC 4K is the 9907, but it doesn't have lights on it.
I don't do a lot of night fishing anyways. I don't really need them.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll probably end up getting the TAC maybe later for the lights, or the 9905 for the lights.
Right. Yeah, because they're doing what's it, 9905, 9906, and then a 9907. That's all they're going to do. They'll have Wi-Fi though, which is nice.
The Walls cams, they actually I talked to the guy at ICAST, and the whole issue I have with SD cards with GoPros, Walls cam, you're not gonna have that issue because the SD card's not even near the processor, so it could overheat and get SD card errors. So that's a cool thing. I hope they upgrade it so you can get a 64 gig, because I like running it for like 4 hours and not worry about changing the SD card.
Didn't you get the book from there?
Yeah, I have it in my living room.
I don't know if it tells you what.
I don't think it tells you. Yeah. I don't think it tells you.
No, I don't see it.
The cool thing too about Washcam is if you have like a GoPro 4 Black, it costs like $400 or $500. Well, you can get the highest Washcam for $300.
Yeah, I think it'd be like $329. I think is what he was saying. It'd probably go for.
I remember following them for a while, watching their stuff change.
Yeah, and I like it because it's got the LCD screen on the back with the digital zoom. You know, you can zoom in on your on somebody else fishing, which is kind of nice.
It only if you can keep the pixel, like keep it so you can see it clearly. That's going to be the key.
Yeah, the one that I have, it does get a little pixelated when you go all the way up to like four times zoom. It'll get a little pixelated, but if you stay under like 3, it's fine.
I'm about ready to. I gotta prep for tomorrow. We're gonna do some beach fishing in the morning. See what we can catch.
Yeah, no, I'm taking a guy out on the river tomorrow, so I don't know. Got to meet him at 6:30 in the morning.
So I say we call it. It's 8:59, and thanks everybody for watching and tuning in. And be sure to check this channel out. And thanks for joining, John. Dane was supposed to join, but he didn't make it.
Yeah, he's probably out fishing for sharks.
We're searching for Pokemon.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But
we need to make a fishing game like that.
All right. Good night, guys. Thanks for joining.
Appreciate it. Talk to y'all later.